everyone to another episode of Rooftop Perspectives. I am your host, LANCESCURV. It's been raining around here a lot. I haven't been getting much sunlight, and the fact of the matter is I've been staying up late, but I woke up early today, so I want to try to keep it that way to get more stuff done. But I want to talk about something called a sense of urgency. I had a friend of mine ring me early. I can't really say he's a friend. He's between an associate and friendly. He's been to my house many times to eat and watch videos and watch me as I do my videos and kind of hang out and tag along. But the reason why I say that, make that kind of distinction, is because how he's been acting recently, right? Here's a single guy, and this is from my bus driving days, right? He's a single guy. He works a fairly good job. He used to ride the bus with me until we got really friendly, and he follows what I do. And I really don't care if he gets mad at this, because I was about to tell him he had to go. You know, he had to go because he was on his job, so he had to leave. But he had desires to also move out to Africa, okay? To the motherland, Al-Kebulan, and especially Ghana, when he saw that I came out here to visit. Now, once he saw that, he got a chance to understand what it's really like as opposed to the propaganda that's out there. And there's a lot of things that show the real Africa, the real Ghana, and other countries that should dispel the propaganda that many of us learned in school. But needless to say, you know, he fell hook, line, and sinker from the videos that I had up and what I told him. So he was very much interested in moving out here. I said, listen, just don't go by me. You need to do some research for yourself to see if it fits you. Now, I said, do you have family out here? He says, yeah, I have a few cousins, and, you know, my parents are deceased. I said, okay, we got to look at those things because, you know, you might get homesick, you might move over here, and may not have the finances to go back and forth as much as you can, and possibly your family may not even want to come out here to move and or just visit you. I said, so those are factors on an emotional level that you have to look into. So he says, no, I'm straight that way. He says, I can go anywhere and live as long as I can sustain myself. So I said, not for nothing. I said, your finances, how are they? He says, well, you know, I get a little something from the job here, working. I said, wait a second, how long have you been working on your job? Oh, 3 years. I said, well, nobody gives a pension to anyone who worked on a job for 3 years. Maybe some jobs that were high risk, like say corrections, law enforcement, certain agencies I've heard, and one that I used to work in, if you were there for 6 years, you can get some type of smaller, early type pension when you get to be that age, and he's not that age. Now you can see the clouds up here creeping up behind me. This is why it's gonna be kind of slow, or kind of quick, because it's gonna start pouring down raining, and this camera here is not camera friendly. So anyway, he was always telling me, he says, well, listen, when you go out there and you get some land, well, I already had the land before we left the first time to the first trip, which most people didn't know. Anyway, he said, well, you got land, maybe you can give me a little piece of that land that I can build something on. I said, listen, let's be realistic here, a little piece. What I purchase is for me. Not that I wouldn't let a friend stay if you visited for a long time or you fell out, you know, something happened and you need a little place to stay or whatever, but to permanently build where I'm living, and me and him are not like that. There are some friends of mine a handful of friends of mine that if they had run into bad times, I know their character, we're like brothers, right? They can come live with me. They can come live with me, drive my car, be up in my house, and there's complete trust because we know each other from way back in the 70s. And very few people can say that. At least 10, but a good 4, a good 4. And you know KC, you know Jack Griffin, my brother Carlos, who else am I missing? There's 2 more, but anyway, that's how it goes. They can, Angelo, there's another 1 or 2, but other than that, no way. And I have enough space, but no way. So now he keeps calling me and says, well, now that you have the land and you've been doing your thing on the land, he says, I'm about ready to come out. I said, well, listen, can you take care of yourself? He says, yeah, I'm a grown man. I can take care of myself. He went over his head. I can take care of myself. Yeah, man, I don't walk around stinking. I can wash. I can brush my teeth. And I said, no, man, can you take care of yourself independently or financially? And that's when he had to go, oh, somebody's calling me. Looks like a deadbeat to me. This brings me around to another issue. I have an intense sense of urgency. Intense. As soon as I wake up, I got to do something. And I want to pay homage to my own personal customato, which is always my father. But this was a man who was a lot younger than my father and into more the modern world at that time. We call him Junior, Juan Rivera, I'm gonna call him by name. And me and my brother last night, KC, we were talking about Junior and how much he meant to us and how much he inspired us. And the man was always busy, always decent, always respectful. Off to the side, we may say some kind of dirty jokes or whatever. Not nothing nasty, but you know, just something light. But he was a man who embraced everyone, whether you were young, you were old. He was a Marine. And he lived a life, a Spartan life that was always motivated. And when we looked, I was in tears last night talking about it with my friend. I can't say friend, he's like my brother too, right? We were in tears talking about it. I want to dedicate maybe a conversation with all of those who knew him and how he embraced us. He'd take us places. You know, we knew his family. He had a gym in his basement. Then eventually he made the gym on the corner. You know, and we go back, and we were like family. We were talking about how the community in the neighborhood was, regardless of race or color. It was a beautiful thing. And right now, I'd say if I had a choice of staying here, you know, or going back, which I don't want to go back because I have my wife, right? But she had to come with me. But those times were perfect. The music, the culture, and we had racism, we had the wars, you know, rumors of wars, we had the gas high prices, unemployment, we had things going on, Son of Sam, blackouts, things in New York City, we understood that. But as a community, we stuck together. But you know what? We all had manners. As much as we knew each other and as much as we carried ourselves like family, if any one of my friends came over or I went over their house, they had to tell me that it was okay to sit down. I never walked in and went into their refrigerator. I would never go in the refrigerator. Even I would feel funny if they told me to go into the refrigerator. I could be hungry and they could be eating and I'm not going to ask for anything. But if I was hungry or not, they would always offer. We had manners. We had respect. And we weren't too forward or assuming things. So here it is that this associate of mine, I'll downgrade him, I won't even say friend. He's calling me all the time, I'm ready to come to App. But what money do you have? When you come here, unless you're flat out wealthy, we're not talking rich. Rich ain't wealthy. Wealth goes generations. Rich, you got it quick, or you got it in your lifetime and you can lose it within your lifetime. So understand that. Most of us use that word interchangeably, just like jealousy or envy, you know? So he ain't coming out here by me. You don't have a plan. You don't do any research. You don't have any sense of urgency. You don't even want to save or put down somebody to come out here and visit. So when you fall, and I'm not negative, but you have no plan, you're going to fall. You're going to fail. But you just know you have that cushion of me. I have nowhere to go. Can I? No, I'll tell them. You come out here to live and you don't take care of yourself and set yourself straight, you can't come by me. Let's get that straight, because that's what I'm amping up to tell him, because he's avoiding the issue. Oh yeah, Lance is there. He's gonna, no, I'm not. Don't assume that. And I'm not being mean. Look, my close people or anybody that I see, hi Shelly, you too, you come on in. And there's others, but there are a lot of people who, they got that mentality that you took the time and took your money to go to where you need to go, where it's safe, where there's no nuclear bombs pointed this way. This is kind of out of it. There are little things going on politically, but this life here, you can live here where you want to live, and I like to live up in the mountains eventually, right? And it's peaceful. You're away from the crap and you can live how you want to live. You can sleep, it could be quiet, it could be all of this stuff. And there are a lot of, and they will get envious on you when you don't hold their hand and say, I'm going to do all of this for you. Now here's a guy, like I said, he stacks his paper, but that's not enough. You come out here, money's going to go down. What do you have set up? What do you have undergirding you? Don't count on me. That's a turnoff. He's basically telling me that you're going to take care of me if something happens. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. You a grown ass man. You got these little chicks that you mess with, whether you pay them a few dollars or these little low grade chicks, you shouldn't even be doing that. You should be focused on what you have to focus on. I mean, even back in the days when I was driving the bus or working in the jail or working in the prison, and I was working on this platform to make it something that in the future, you know, coming up soon, like what is it gonna be, 22 years? One day, you know, creator willing, if I'm here, it'll be 25 years, a quarter of a century I've been doing this. And helping people that usually give you the finger when they feel they get to a certain level. That's why you're gonna take down their videos. But other than that, you gotta stand on your own 2 feet as a man. As a man, you got to, and if you cannot achieve what your goals are, you need to either downgrade or get yourself ready or stay where you are until you can get to the next level. Don't take people for granted. Don't take people for granted. You have so many deadbeats that are out here that are looking for a way out. America is not easy. Here is not easy in certain ways, and in other ways where America is hard, over here is very easy. But I have the security of something that is coming in every single month for me. And it ain't much, but it's enough according to how I live, and I can relax. I can live the way I want to live. I can wake up when I want, go to sleep when I want. Just because you're retired doesn't mean things get cheap all of a sudden, especially in America. Cost of living is through the roof and going higher. That's why you see senior citizens having to be greeters at the door at Walmart or take a second job at Home Depot or whatever have you. That's the American dream? No. I got out. And I knew, and people were telling me I was crazy. And that one day in particular, he was saying, well, I don't know why you won't go out there. I ain't got nothing out there. When the fire hits your ass, you'll wonder why. But it's not about running from anywhere. The tranquility and peace that I get from being here when I first felt it, even though I knew I was going to move out here even before I came out here. I researched it. You understand? You know, South Africa has a lot of amenities and is comparable to America with the racism that's there and that high price stuff and tension. I don't want to leave one and go to another. But here, you can do what you possibly couldn't do in America. Many have worked hard all their life and paid for their home and paid for their land, but the taxes are high. Out here, you can come and have everything paid for, and so if you have a little less money coming in, that's a lot of money because you don't have to spend once your project is complete. But there's something about America that holds people when they see one get away and be able to ease down a little bit, like you were always telling them. Now they want to come jump the bandwagon. I want to come out there. We'll put the work in and make a plan. I will help you, but just don't say. And I ask him, I say, hey man, you know, have you studied? Because I've talked to him before about have you studied different parts out here and things about the culture? Can you deal with that? Being a single man, you know, the women out here are a whole lot different. I'm not saying they're gold diggers, but it's about security for the ladies out here. It ain't that, you got a juicy ass, so I'm gonna try to hop on it. Nah, there's a whole lot of good looking women out here, but they ain't dumb. So if you come out here and you broke, they ain't gonna want to deal with you. You understand? You got to try to accomplish something. I just don't understand it. I just don't understand the thinking of some people. How they could just, insert themselves in your life like that. And, well, what happened if he did come out here and did build something small, but he was dependent on me and I was deceased and, I passed away. What you gonna do? You're by yourself now. Can't do like that. A table cannot stand with 2 legs. A table can stand with 3 legs, but it's better when it has 4. But it's even better, like my father told me, that if your table has 20 legs, you can take 3 of them away, 5 of them away, and it keeps on going. That's why the work here will always continue on as long as I'm breathing, because it's all about what I put into it and my commitment. Folks will come and go, but when you're steady with what you do, you will not be defeated. So when some people see that spirit inside, you're like, oh, okay, I can ride the coattails. No. Put your own work in. Put your own work in. Don't let people use you like that for anything. You know what I mean? Because those will be the first ones, like I said, to tell you to kiss their ass and sayonara. Anyway, them clouds are getting a lot closer. I don't think it'll actually rain right here, but they're all over me, so you never know. And these little rain birds are flying around making noises and stuff. But yeah, that's just what I wanted to say today. I'm going to come back with more content later on. We've been having a lot of shows out here, and I just want to say for Ambience and her Cash App, because many have texted me and emailed me and said, listen, I want to help the sister out. Ambience, it's O-M-B-I-E-N-C-E, Ambience. That's her Cash App. Many have said they wanted to donate to her, but nobody came through. We should help that sister because she's taking a lot of time, and she's venting and sharing stuff, but she's putting your mind where it should be. She's had a lot of experiences in this life. She's brilliant. She knows a lot. We'll be soon doing some things that, some courses and stuff that she wants to put out on LANCESCURV.com that would be very helpful, that we may charge a small fee for. But you'll get to see her, you get to hear her talk, and she will interact until your belly is full with information. So we have to learn to help each other, not just for any superficial reason, but sincerely. You know what I mean? So that's why I told her, as much as you put out, as much as I'll put up. If I gotta stay up all night, make the banner and do whatever because you're really about the work. This is not easy work. I'm not complaining. This is something that I love to do. But I'm very serious right now. This is not something that you're just thinking, oh, I'm gonna just jump in and all of a sudden, no. Unless you really, really, really wanna do it. And that's just on a video level. Remember, I draw, I write, I run the website. Nah, I'm crazy with this thing. Sometimes, like I said, the sun will see me again, like, you're still up? I thought you were asleep. You gotta put the work in. And I've been doing this for almost a quarter of a century, 3 years short. Another couple months it'll be 22 years, so I'm not rushing the time. I just like to keep a mark because again, I have a sense of urgency. When I wake up, I know what it is that I'm gonna do. The second, third, fourth, fifth, I know what I'm gonna do. So that's how we have to live our life. We can't do it any other way. And I just wish the best for all of you. I hope you reach your goals, to be rewarded for the hard work and sacrifice. I hope you can, reach your goals and just clean house. Clean house. If something's not good for you anymore, get rid of it. If it's coming against you or whatever, get rid of it. No matter what. You got to be clean in your thoughts. You got to be clear. Can't anybody on your shoulder whispering in your ear and damaging and destroying what it is that you're trying to build. That's what it's all about. Anyway, let me run, and I will talk to you. Let me call my sister down there. I see her now. Let me give her a call. I gotta run down. I can make a run with her. Anyway, take care. Much love. Salute to my brothers. Much love to my sisters. And nothing's impossible. But you can't win a race where you have 1,000 pounds on your back. Get rid of the deadbeats, get rid of the rabble-rousers, the gossipers, the whisperers, the manipulators. Get rid of them. Boom, like that. Doesn't hurt. Look, some of us, we have a Band-Aid on our leg, and the leg might be hairy, and it's harder to pull that Band-Aid off than it is to get rid of the deadbeat gossipers, right? It shouldn't be that way. Don't ruin your life. Your life is made to be lived to the fullest every single day. What you need and want to do. Help when you can, when your spirit hits you to do so. But you don't owe anyone who is diametrically opposed to what you're trying to do. Reach your goals, and I'm gonna reach mine or die trying, okay? So anyway, much love to you all. Take care. I'll see you in the next one. Peace. Mwah.